My friends, good to see you both. Thanks so much for your time.
You
Not at
too,
all.
man. Thank
You,
you.
man.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, Hero, it's been a minute, man. It's good to see you again.
You too,
Um,
bro.
Congratulations. Like this show for both. This show is so good. I mean, there's two things that play Hero, right? There's Sherlock Holmes, so there's a big universe of source material, and then there's Guy Ritchie, the guy. Literally,
hmm
how do you kind of prepare for both those things? Because those are two different things that at some point come together, but those are two different like research components if you think about that, right, Hero?
Yeah, I feel so. I mean, you're spot on. I feel so lucky to have worked with Guy on a film called The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare in a smaller capacity to really watch and absorb how he works. And I remember watching Henry Cavill be given 3 pages of dialogue with about 20 minutes to learn it, and I remember chuckling, thinking, "Better him than me. I'm going to enjoy watching this." I feel like I blinked, and I'm in his shoes, in a room full of 200 extras who don't know that I have just been given these lines and think that I just haven't done my homework. And you stumble through it on the wide shot, and then you come in, and with the help of people like Dónal and you know, everyone comes together and supports each other. And guys, new material you get given on the day is always somehow an improvement of what's already there is always brilliant too. But yeah, if you had the choice, you'd always pick Guy's work. And yeah, to answer the question in regards to Sherlock, I've always been a huge fan of Sherlock. Digested Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal with Guy Ritchie, and then also I have to say my favourite portrayal, Benedict Cumberbatch in the TV show Sherlock for the BBC. I've watched at least 3 times. So when it came to preparing myself for this role specifically in Young Sherlock, I had to refrain and resist the temptation to watch any other source material again, because it's already up there, and I needed to try and bring some originality to the project. So I just, you know, my prep for the Sherlock side of things was just directly from the script.
Sometimes you can just ignore and leave the source material alone and just focus on young Sherlock, but I feel like that's impossible. The scale of this is
Yeah,
too
well,
big.
like you said, I'm such a big fan. I'm lucky that it was already up there, and then that meant that my specific prep for this was directly from the source material.
Absolutely. Donald, good to see you.
And
And
you.
I did kind of want to ask because I'm a filmmaker, so these are the things I think of as well. So the scale of this show is massive. And like, you know, you've worked on the Wheel of Time, massive scale. So at some point you get these scripts and you can imagine it as much as you want in your head. But then when you get there, right, when you get there to film Young Sherlock, it really kind of sinks in, right? You see everything. What is that like for you, that script to screen journey with with young Sherlock, so to speak?
Yeah, you know what? I think one of the really special moments of working on these jobs is that just to speak to like our first days on set were with Guy, but then we were also on location in Oxford in the summer. And, you know, we were filming in at Magdalen College, Candlin College. We were filming in the Bodleian Library. We were filming in the Great Hall, the Porter's Lodge. And those, there's not much kind of stripping away for places like that, because it's looking as exactly as it was in 1871. And then you're supported by everyone around you. Each department is doing an incredible job of, like, the costumes are amazing, and we've great thanks to Jani for making us look brilliant going to work every day. And then like the hair and makeup, like with Ian Greg, and then you have like the props department, the set department. When they're all operating on like their top of their game, then you come to work and you've been given the great words by Matthew that's embellished by Guy, and then like literally our jobs become so easy at that point, because all you and then you're acting opposite hero, and you're like, there's the only hard work I have to do now is like rock up and like and do my best, because there's kind of nothing left to imagine. You're like, all the circumstances are in place for you to do your best work. So while it is, just to balance those two feelings, while it is pretty daunting, the idea that they're amazing huge sets and they're everyone has done an incredible job, you're nervous to make sure that you can meet that standard. But because everything is so immersive, you're like helped so imaginatively to put yourself in the place to do your best work. So yeah, it's a balance of
Absolutely.
daunting and comfort.
And both of you are incredible in this show. Like, I can't wait for people to see it on Prime
Thank
Video.
you.
Young Sherlock, Hero Donald. Good to see you both. It was an honor and privilege to speak with you both. Thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate
You
it.
too, man.
Thank
Good
you,
to see
man.
you
Thanks a
again.
million.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.